you doing? The Pied Piper. Crispin St. Peter's. Crispy and St. Peter's. Hi, what's happening? It's a beautiful day. It's very, very, very cold. It's got to be in the single digits this morning. I'm guessing. That's just a guess. I am here. This is Freedom's Pep Rally, and we are getting underway. And Shelley Rudnicki, I see, was in here earlier this morning. Welcome to the show. Feel a little chill just standing in the studio here, although I know it's just after effects from the shock of being outside. 9:10 right now, and we have about, 50 minutes or so of our get-together here today because Mike Violette is going to be live at the Ice Vault after 10 o'clock with a hockey game, high school hockey. It's going to be the Coney Rams and the Kennebec River Hawks. And you, if you are a parent or a grandparent or somebody who enjoys listening to the kids play when you can't be there, especially today because you may be at work today, you will be able to hear your kids play because the game is going to be right here. And it's going to be coming up here in a little less than an hour. So I am John James. This is Freedom's Pep Rally. It's great to be here with you this morning. We have a bunch of stuff we're going to be able to get to between now and 10 o'clock. We're going to ramp it up a little bit. Dr. John Garofalo will be here tomorrow morning at 9:30. Because of the limited amount of time, we preempted him. And he has agreed to come on tomorrow morning. So we will have him here. I'd like to start out with a song. I was sitting in the studio yesterday looking at the snow that had fallen, and I'm thinking to myself, it seems a lot like Christmas, and I started humming this tune. It was Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And it wasn't just any version of Santa Claus is Coming to Town either. It was the Bruce Springsteen version, is the version I was humming to myself. And I thought, this would make a good song right about now because we have something else coming to town beginning on Friday en masse. And they are illegals because Joe Biden, his open border let him in. We need more voters for the Democrats policy is going to allow people to come in and stay and benefit off our I don't know what you want to call it, welfare programs, maybe, our health care, maybe, what else? Everything, maybe, our compassion. Compassion, charity starts at home. Where is that lost on the left? They aren't compassionate when it comes to Americans. They're compassionate to everyone but, unless it's them. If they have to do without, then there will be problems. But people like you and me, working stiffs, they don't care about. So I wrote this little song, and I recorded it, and there's a video on Facebook if you want to check it out. But for those listening to the radio or to the audio stream, and you don't have Facebook, you won't get a chance to hear it unless I play it. So I'm going to play it. This is my little ode to Joe Biden's open borders. Look at him coming across the border, heading for that big old bus. Take him anywhere. El Paso, San Diego. Want to go to Portland, Maine? Haul him out, come on. Well, you better shut up, you better not wince. Otherwise, you'll be called intolerant. Illegals are coming to town. Illegals are coming to town. Illegals are coming to town. With papers of you and children in tow. Once they are here, we can't ask them to go. Illegals are coming to town. Illegals are coming to town. Illegals are coming revolution's ours. But Biden and Kamala just want more control and power. Oh, Biden and Kamala, they want more power. So welcome them all from all over the globe, or you'll be considered a big xenophobe. Illegals are coming to town. Illegals will be all around. Illegals are coming to town. There you go, and it begins Friday. They're going to be, they've chosen 3 cities, El Paso, Texas, San Diego, California, and another town in Texas, where they're going to be dropping illegals off to stay a while. Take your shoes off, y'all. Stay a while if you'd like to. Get a job if you'd like to. Don't worry about it. We've got plenty of money. We'll just make more if we have to. Oh, yeah, there's a COVID pandemic going on right now. Many Americans out of work. Many Americans waiting for a little bit of help. And, of course, there is none for them, but there is for you. So come on in, pull up a chair, make yourself at home. Don't worry about our veterans who are homeless. Don't worry about any of the people who are homeless out on our streets who are dissolute and they're desperate. And so there you go. I have nothing against people who come here the right way. Nothing. Call me what you will. I know people will. People have. That's okay. I got my big boy pants on. 622-9759 if you want to call. 207-622-9759. That's the voice line. You want to text us, 207-441-6969. 207-441-6969. Oh, and also, I don't suppose these asylum seekers, that's what they say. Oh, I'll take their word for it. We'll take their word for it. We'll take their word for those are their children, right? We'll take their word for it. They probably don't have to get tested for COVID. Just saying. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm guessing. 207-621-9759, 207-441-6969. You can also reach out on the stream. The numbers are a little funky this morning. There we go. Okay. So feel free to reach out. Again, we're going to be breaking at 10 o'clock for high school hockey. This is a very rare thing. I don't remember the last time there's been a high school game, with the exception of tournaments on weekends that have been played in the morning. But as Mike was saying during his show, ice time is at a premium because it's not like we have a rink in every town. I mean, we don't even have one in, we got the one at Colby College, right? There's one in Reedfield, and there's one in Augusta. The one in Winslow is gone. So that's what the kids are faced with. 9:18 right now on Legacy 1160 WSKW. We'll get right into it. Let's see what happened on this day in years past. It is the 17th, and this is the Associated Press.
February 17th, 1992. In Milwaukee, serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer receives a series of life sentences for his grisly string of murders. Dahmer had admitted to killing 17 young men and boys, some of whom he had mutilated and cannibalized. Just a few years later, Dahmer was beaten to death by a fellow inmate behind bars. 1801. In Washington, the House of Representatives breaks an electoral tie between Thomas Jefferson and Aaron Burr. The House chooses Jefferson to be America's third president. Burr became his vice president. 1996. World chess champ Garry Kasparov beats Deep Blue, the IBM supercomputer, in a 6-game match in Philadelphia.
I knew that I could learn much better because my opponent would need more time to learn and to come back with a really sophisticated counter strategy.
The following year, Kasparov loses to Deep Blue in a rematch. 1963.
I'm not afraid to take on a challenge. I'm not afraid to take a step. And if I fall, I fall. I pick myself up. I move on.
Michael Jordan, one of pro basketball's greatest all-time players, is born in Brooklyn, New York. and 1976.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
The Eagles released their greatest hits 1971 to 1975 album, still the best-selling album in the U.S. ever. Today in history, February 17th. Brian Thomas, The Associated Press.
All right, we've got 9:20 on Legacy 1160 WSKW. Playing the Eagles is a bad thing. They played the Eagles during that little Today in History, and usually the Eagles gets us blocked on Facebook. So we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, we're good? Okay, fabulous. Fabulous. I think we're being shadow banned again, by the way. It sure would seem that way. So comment if you're getting the stream okay. I have no idea. I really don't have any idea. This is just beyond reprehensible what they're doing with us, what they're doing with all conservatives. And by the way, Parler is in fact down. We were actually on it yesterday during the show. And now it appears to be down again. And there's not even a message there now. So I don't know what the problem is. So we'll have to wait and see. 9:21 on Legacy 1160 WSKW. Welcome to the show. And speaking of illegal aliens, which we just were, oops, my bad. President Biden's Department of Homeland Security is blocking the use of terms illegal alien and assimilation. Internal emails sent by United States Citizenship and Immigration Services officials request that staff no longer use the terms illegal alien, and assimilation in reference to federal immigration law or lack thereof, according to Axios. The order comes in the form of a memo by the USCIS Acting Director Tracy Renault, where she encourages staff to use more inclusive language in the agency's outreach efforts, internal documents, and overall communications with stakeholders, partners, and the general public. Rather than using illegal alien to describe those in the U.S. illegally, Renault instructs staff to use undescriptive terms like undocumented non-citizen and undocumented individual. Likewise, instead of using the term assimilation, the staff is told to use integration and civil integration. Because words matter. Because it's all about oh, yes. To hell with Americans. To hell with white Christians. It doesn't matter. So long as you don't refer to illegal aliens as what they are, illegal aliens, you must refer to them as undocumented citizens because it feels good. I'm shaking my head. I've been shaking my head since I started doing this show over a year ago, shaking my head at the absurdity of what we do to accommodate feelings in this country. You don't think we're a laughingstock to the rest of the world who cares about their country? Joe Biden made that clear about China. China cares about their country. They're into China. China. They're killing Muslims. They're trying to take over Hong Kong. They want to overthrow Taiwan. Well, that's their culture. They're a communist party, communist-controlled government. Who would want that? I sure wouldn't want that. But they are successful, aren't they? Because they are China-centric. They are China first. Imagine a country putting itself first, not their people, but their country. They could care less. Good morning, Alanie. Good morning, Mark. They could care less about their people, but they care about their success, and they show it. I think we ought to spend some time this morning talking about the town hall with Anderson Cooper on CNN last night, actually, because this is very telling about where Joe Biden's head's at. Besides being up his so far he can see daylight, let's look at where his head's at. Let's look at what he thinks of what's happening in China and in other places, shall we? Big Biden town hall last night. So Joe Biden said during the town hall with Anderson Cooper that former military and former police officers, did you hear that, soldiers? Did you hear that, public servants, law enforcement officers? You are fueling the growth of white supremacy, and Joe Biden said it last night.
Our democracy more broadly by your predecessor and his followers. While I appreciate efforts being made to bring them to justice, I worry about ongoing threats to our country from Americans who embrace white supremacy and conspiracies that align with it. What can your administration do to address this complex and wide-ranging problem?
It's complex, it's wide-ranging, and it's real. I got involved in politics to begin with because of civil rights and opposition to white supremacists,
Sure,
the Ku Klux Klan, and the most dangerous
Robert Byrd, he loved Robert Byrd. That's why he got into politics.
Terror in America, domestic terror.
Yeah,
and so
right.
I would make sure that my Justice Department and the Civil Rights Division is focused heavily on those very folks. And I would make sure that we, in fact, focus on how to deal with the rise of white supremacy. And you see what's happening in the studies that are beginning to be done, maybe at your university as well, about the impact of former military, former police officers on,
there you go,
on the growth of white supremacy in some of these groups. You may remember in one of my debates with the former president, I asked him to condemn the Proud Boys. He wouldn't do it. He said, stand by, stand ready, or whatever the phrase exactly was. It is a bane on our existence. It has always been, as Lincoln said, we have to appeal to our better angels. And these guys are not, and women are, in fact, demented. They are dangerous people.
Okay, so the biggest threat to America is domestic terrorists. Not radical Islamists, not China, not illegal immigrants, domestic terrorists. But not Antifa, not BLM, not the rioters in Portland and Seattle and New York and Minneapolis and Chicago and Atlanta. It's those damn patriots that stormed the Capitol on January 6th. They're the dangerous ones, the armed insurrectionists. What a liar. Interesting, too, how he quotes Lincoln when it's convenient. But he didn't speak out when statues of Lincoln were taken down because Lincoln was a racist, even though he ended slavery. In a perfect world, look. In a perfect world, there would be no racism. But this is not, nor will it ever be, a perfect world. By the way, the actual phrase that Donald Trump used on the Proud Boys was stand back and stand by. He elaborated, quote, I don't know who the Proud Boys are, but whoever they are, they have to stand down. Let law enforcement do their work. He noted that Biden had refused to denounce left-wing extremists like Antifa, and Biden did. He did not. Of course, Anderson Cooper didn't bother to correct Biden. because that's Anderson Cooper is part of the Democrat Party. He's part of the progressive movement. All of news is part of the progressive movement. They aren't going to call out their guy. He had kid gloves on with Joe. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? That's the state of the media in this country, as Tucker Carlson pointed out very, very, very well last night. The media is the biggest threat to our freedom, our Constitution, our democracy, our way of life. The media. He also, Mike noted this morning that in Chris Cuomo's show last night on CNN, Chris Cuomo Blowhard Hour or whatever the hell it is, his brother Andrew, of course, the governor of New York, 51 times Trump's name was mentioned by Fredo during his show last night on CNN. And Trump's not even the president. 51 times. His brother was mentioned 0 times. 0 times. His brother, who covered up the killing of people in nursing homes by putting COVID-positive patients from hospitals in with them and then denying it, blaming it on healthcare workers. Andrew Cuomo blamed it on the healthcare workers now going into the nursing homes. That's a huge story. That's huge. Cuomo may be out of a job as a result of it. Chris Cuomo it wasn't even news. So how can they call themselves a news network when they don't cover news? That is CNN. So later in the interview, I want to cover this here real quick. He had an interview with Sean Hannity. Donald Trump and Sean Hannity spoke, and Donald Trump said this, but the mainstream media will not cover it. So if you're a leftist and you've accidentally landed on this show, I want you to listen to this, because you should hear it, even though you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear truth. We know that. The left does not like the truth. You don't like the truth. You like the narrative, but not the truth. Give me the narrative, spare the truth. That's your way to ingest the news. But listen, this is what Donald Trump said during a Sean Hannity interview. He said, I've said it many times, and let me be clear again. I condemn the KKK. I condemn all white supremacists. I condemn the Proud Boys. I don't know much about the Proud Boys, almost nothing, but I condemn that. But he should condemn also Antifa, talking about Biden. Antifa is a horrible group of people. They kill people. What they hope to people, and they're causing insurrection. And that was true insurrection. Antifa, BLM, true insurrection. Not this crap that went on at the Capitol on January 6th. That's a lie perpetuated by mainstream media. And Trump rightly said they're causing riots. He doesn't want to do that, but the press doesn't go after him. And that's a really bad group of people, but I condemn them. He condemned white supremacists. He condemned the Proud Boys by name, the KKK by name, Antifa by name, but Biden would not condemn Antifa by name. Would not. So there's the truth. Anderson Cooper did the nice little friendly, soft, fluffy cover-up, because that's what Anderson does. Now, should racists and white supremacists be rooted out of wherever they are, police force, military? Of course. Of course. At the first sign they exist, they should be removed, condemned and removed. But ripping apart the entire system, having the military stand down for what is a minority of people in their ranks, that's social suicide. We've already seen that effect in big cities that have defunded their police or not stood with them and asked them to stand down. Crimes and murders are up. Law enforcement is afraid to do its job. Cops are retiring or moving into other careers. Back to the town hall. Joe Biden also said COVID-19 vaccinations weren't available till after he was elected.
And the biggest thing, though, as you remember, when you and I shouldn't say it that way, as you remember, but when you and I talked last, we talked about, it's one thing to have the vaccine, which we didn't have when we came into office, but a vaccinator. How do you get the vaccine into someone's arm?
Okay, what's he talking about? That's a lie. That's a lie. Again, where's Anderson Cooper? No, sir, that's not right. That's not right. Actually, vaccines first started being given on December 14th. That was over a month before you were into office. Sir, could have been polite. Sir. But no, we didn't want to say anything. We didn't want to go up against Joe Biden. He's our man on CNN. He's our guy. First vaccine given on my birthday, December 14th. By January 20th, Inauguration Day, 15 million Americans approximately had received the vaccine. 15 million. It didn't come until we took office. Maybe his memory's short. I'll cut him a little slack because he's senile. He has bad short-term memory. He did speak about China and Xi Jinping, his bed partner. I swear, I'm sure they've had some sleepovers. He and Hunter and Xi Jinping and the guy from the WHO there, Dr. Non-Dr. Tedros. Sure, they've had pillow fights in the, whatever they call where the Chinese, the Red House, we'll call it the Red House, where Xi Jinping lives in his palace. Had some midnight pillow fights with Hunter Biden and Christopher Hines and Devin Archer, maybe Jim Biden. They were all there having feather pillow. Oh, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. But what about the Uyghur Muslims in Xinjiang province and the clampdown on freedom in Hong Kong and the autonomy of Taiwan being threatened by China? So did the Chinese Communist Party get criticized by Joe for that? That's genocide. Donald Trump said it before he left office. Genocide. He accused the Chinese of genocide against Uyghur Muslims because they were Muslim. For no other reason. Rape, killing, beating. Who knows what else? We've heard from an actual Uyghur Muslim who came to this country and blew the whistle. She was assaulted. She was raped on a regular basis. She lost her ovaries. Chinese. What about that, Joe? What about that? Well, Joe simply passed that tyranny and the genocide off. It's cultural norms. Listen.
Let's get a check now, speaking of weather.
Oops. No, that's not it. Tried cut D.
You know, Chinese leaders, if you know anything about Chinese history, it has always been the time when China has been victimized by the outer world is when they haven't been unified at home. So the central, vastly overstated, the central principle of Xi Jinping is that there must be a united, tightly controlled China. And he uses his rationale for the things he does based on that. I point out to him, no American president can be sustained as a president if he doesn't reflect the values of the United States.
What?
And so the idea, I'm not going to speak out against what he's doing in Hong Kong, what he's doing with the Uyghurs in western mountains of China, and Taiwan trying to end the one China policy by making it forceful. I said, and by the way, he said he gets it. Culturally, there are different norms at each country, and their leaders are expected to follow.
Okay, what? Wait a minute. What the hell was he talking about? A president that reflects the values of their country? First of all, Joe, are you reflecting the values of America by letting anybody who wants to come in here and letting the criminals who kill people, who shoot our people, who rape our people, who maim our people, who aren't here legally, that's an American value, not to protect Americans? Hello, you mook? Hello? Joe, wake up. Wake up, Joe. And no, I'm not going to speak out against China. It's cultural norms. They're committing genocide against Uyghur Muslims. Well, that's just China being China. That's their value system. Can you kiss up to any communist more than that? Give Xi Jinping and his killing, his genocide, give it a free pass right on national TV, Joe. Did you think that got by some of us? Did you think that went whoop-oo right over our heads? You hate America. You love China. Just say it. Just say it and leave right off into the sunset with Hunter with all your riches and your homes and enjoy your life. Get out of the White House. He will. He'll be out soon. He'll be out soon. Kamala Harris she can't wait. Kamala Harris can't wait. You know, she's already talking with world leaders. That's a president's job. She talked with Macron in France. Who else did she talk with? Trudeau in Canada. She's making the calls to world leaders. Oh, and by the way, Joe is yet to call Netanyahu in Israel. Do I feel a little push from the anti-Semitic crowd? AOC, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, Ayanna Presley. Huh? Do you think they're maybe getting a little push from the girls? And Kamala? Oh, Kamala, whatever you tell Kamala to think, she'll think if she thinks it's going to help her get power. Doesn't matter. I don't care what it is. You tell Kamala, do this, and you're going to ascend to power, she'll do it. She has no morals. She has no character. She doesn't care. Kamala Harris has no moral compass, period. And she is going to be running the country. Aren't you glad you voted for Joe Biden? Aren't you happy? Friday we'll have more of their voters coming into the country unchecked. I wonder how much murders will go up. I wonder how many more illegal guns will be on the streets. I wonder how many of them are MS-13 gang members. I wonder how many of them will have COVID-19. We don't care. Just come on in. Come on in. Open doors. They are ruining the country, and they're not even a month into 4 years. 2 at best. Oh, and we haven't even started with gun control. We're talking about executive orders now with gun control. That's not off the table. That just came out, by the way. You can find all these stories and more. Go to legacy1160.com/FPR for Freedom's Pep Rally. And you'll find out more. You know, that last sound clip blows me away. That just where he's talking about I'm not gonna say anything about China. It's just cultural norms or Hong Kong or Taiwan or the Uyghur Muslims being raped and tortured and killed in now this is a concentration camp. You let AOC, that stupid idiot Bronx bartender who should have stayed in New York making drinks. Nothing. I mean, she gives a bad name to bartenders. Trust me on that. So you've got her. You've got AOC. And you've got all of the leftists saying that the concentration camps at our border are like Nazi-like camps, and Trump is like Hitler. Kids are drinking out of toilets, AOC said. That's how bright she is. That's how bright that woman is. 0 intellect down to about 0. Common sense, 0. She may be book smart. Sometimes she speaks pretty eloquently. And she acts pretty well in that 90-minute video where she almost got killed. I stood behind the door like this, and I looked between the hinges like this. Quite an actress, that one. But when it comes to Uyghur Muslims, being tortured, raped, killed in real concentration camps in China? Well, I'm not going to say anything about the Chinese. It's just cultural norms. He is guilty of looking the other way because it doesn't benefit him or Hunter or Jim or John Kerry. Think about that. Think about where's the outrage? Where's the outrage at statements Joe Biden makes like that? Donald Trump would never do that because Donald Trump loved America and he cared about people. In fact, he criticized China for the genocide on Uyghur Muslims. He declared it genocide before he left office. And Joe Biden never mentioned the word genocide. I'm not going to come. Really? What kind of an animal do we have? What kind of an empty shell of an animal do we have as the leader of the free world? Not soon to not be free, by the way. Hear me now, believe me later. Remember what I'm saying, because it shall come to pass. It's 9:46. Got to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
WSKW, Legacy 1160.
Townline Antiques wants to know, what are you shopping for today? Searching for furniture to add to your home? Townline Antiques has beautiful pieces of furniture for every room, built to last with quality materials from the past. Thinking of decorating in a classic style? You'll find enchanting home decor, artwork, glassware, and hundreds more items around every corner. Do you love collecting books, comics, coins, sports memorabilia, watches, or classic electronics? Townline Antiques has cool, rare, and one-of-a-kind items to add to your collection that you won't find anywhere else. And if you love searching through treasures of the past, here's more great news. Townline Antiques has expanded with extra booth space. Now there are even more quality antiques to browse every time you visit. Plus, there are a limited number of dealer spaces now available. If you'd like to learn more about selling at Townline Antiques, just stop in. Townline Antiques, open Tuesday through Sunday from 10 to 5. Route 201, right on the Winslow-Vassalboro Town Line.
Hi, this is Tony Esposito from Rockland Ford. This year has been crazy, and it has majorly affected the car market. Here's what you need to know. COVID has slowed down new car supplies to a trickle, and factories are still shutting down because parts aren't available. Now, what does that mean for you? That means that your used car has never been worth more. In fact, it might be worth more than what you paid for it. Rockland Ford wants to buy your car, and we are paying top dollar for everything, especially trucks. So swing by or give us a call because we are buying everything. Also, the redesigned 2021 F-150s are here, and they are easily the best F-150 I've ever seen. They have tons of new features and a great new look. You can lease one of these bad boys for as low as $379 a month. Don't forget to maximize your used vehicle's value by selling it to us. That's at Rockland Ford, home of the Rock Bottom Deal, Route 1 in Thomaston.
Lease for 36 months, 12,000 miles a year, $3,500 down with qualified credit.
Incense and Peppermints doesn't just have a huge selection of scrumptious candies. They have sweet treats that'll bring back wonderful memories every time you share them. Incense and Peppermints has candy that's fun for the whole family, like Jelly Bellies, Smarties, Turkish Taffy, Mellow Cups, Laffy Taffy, and Necco Wafers. And candy that'll take you on a trip down memory lane, like old-fashioned penny candies, root beer barrels, atomic fireballs, Mary Jane's Bit of Honey, and Jawbreakers. They even carry main favorites like Moose Poop and Saltwater Taffy. Incense and Peppermints, 48 Main Street in downtown Waterville.
Not all bed liners are alike. Linex spray-on bed liners offer protection from every angle with no lost cargo space, as well as protection from cracking, bubbling, and peeling with a factory-like finish and a nationwide guarantee. See the difference for yourself at Linex of Augusta, 509 Main Avenue, Farmingdale, your authorized Linex dealer. Your truck is your baby, and Linex of Augusta has some sharp accessories that'll make your ride stand out, from truck caps and tonneau covers, Nerf bars, cargo management, towing supplies, mud flaps, and ladder racks to chrome accents. Dress up your ride today at Linex of Augusta, 509 Main Avenue, Farmingdale.
I'm CBS 13 meteorologist Lexi O'Connor. Mostly sunny and breezy this morning and through the day today. Highs will be in the 20s, but it will feel more like the teens with a stiff northwesterly wind. Sun to start tomorrow, then we'll see increasing clouds. Highs again in the 20s. Our next round of snow moves in Thursday night through Friday. It clears out for the weekend, brightest on Sunday.
Your pep rally for freedom is back. Powered by the Gun Shop in Augusta on Coney Circle. Now, here's John James.
All right, welcome back. Somebody was asking about the phone number to call. It's on the video now. It's posted on the video. And we don't have much time left because we have a hockey game just after 10 o'clock. 207-621-9759. 207-621-9759. If you want to call, just make it quick because today this is the first time we're on a bit of a clock today because we have a makeup game that was snowed out because of the snowstorm yesterday. So 621-207-621-9759. I'm going to try to keep my eyeball on the phone here because we like, as I said, we don't excuse me. We don't have a lot of time to take phone calls, but we do have time. So by all means, try to get through. So The View. President's Day. It was Monday. President's Day was Monday. Remember The View, how they hated Donald Trump? They loved to hate on Donald Trump. In fact, Whoopi Goldberg would always call him you-know-who. She never said President Trump. Never said President Trump. It was always, well, we're talking about you-know-who. Wouldn't even say his name. So The View celebrated President's Day Monday, opening the show with a loving tribute to President Biden. Co-host Whoopi Goldberg boasted that they could fully celebrate the holiday now because they finally had a president they were proud of. And then she teased up this gooey video montage of Joe Biden. God love him. Joe's a beautiful man. And unlike Donald Trump, a truly great president, Whoopi called him President Biden rather than you-know-who, which is how she always referred to Donald Trump. And Joy Reid said, oh, yeah, I never heard a president referred to as adorable. Yeah, Joy Reid, he's adorable. He's adorable. Joe Biden, not Donald Trump. Listen to the ladies gush all over the man who had done nothing but sign executive orders and prepares to further ruin and destroy our country. Here's The View.
Today's President's Day. Yeah, it's been a long time coming for all of us here on The View because we finally have a president in office who we're honored to celebrate. Yeah. Plus, our other relationship with President Biden goes way back before he became number 46.
Whoa. He's adorable. He's so genuine and sweet and lovely and funny.
Good sense
and
of humor.
Everything you want in a man and in a president. He's great. And he's right for these times. He's perfect for these times, I think. I'm glad we have him.
He's perfect for these times. We're almost a communist government. He's perfect for these times to put us over the edge, to make us full bore communist. He's lovely. He's sweet. He's adorable. But he's ineffective. So do you want somebody who gets stuff done? Somebody who makes America better for blacks, whites, Hispanics, Asians, all of us, who lowers the taxes, who raises the wages, who cuts regulations, who makes us energy independent, who helps black colleges, who helps blacks with a First Step Act? Or do you want somebody who's adorable? Wow, just wow. How do these idiots get jobs on national television? I don't just define. It used to take talent, I thought, to get on national TV, but no more. No more. Look at
You know who? Finally, we ladies at the View can be happy that we have somebody we respect as a president, number 46.
So there you go. I had to play that for you. I heard that and I said, you got to be. And I saw the video, and they did do the. I didn't include the video montage. It was all these times as vice president or senator. I don't know what he was. They had him on before, and they gushed over him and loved him, and I think they even, one of them even kissed him on the cheek once. Oh, such a nice guy. Tucker had a great piece last night about the media and their gushing, especially over Kamala Harris, the opportunist, the smug opportunist who will do anything, say anything for power. Doesn't matter who she hurts on the way up, as long as she gets there. Doesn't matter if she hurts children who are abused by priests. Doesn't matter if she hurts women who say they were raped by Joe Biden back in the 90s. Doesn't matter. If she sees power, if power is part of her optics, she goes for the power. She is goal-focused. She is goal-oriented. She lets people fall by the wayside, and she ignores them. She has blinders on. It's that power they're looking. And this is the problem. This is the whole problem with the whole progressive party. It's just that Kamala is very transparent. She can't hide how power-hungry she is. Others do pretty well, but that is also a hallmark of communism, the desire for power, the desire for control. This is your progressive party. This is, and a lot of the people who say, well, I'm a proud progressive, they have no clue. They don't have any idea. They're being played like a freaking game of hungry hippo. They're being eaten alive by their own party. They're being used as pawns. They're being used as a means to an end. Did you know that, leftists? Did you know you are being used by Joe and Kamala and AOC and all the rest? They're not that dumb. You are being used by them as echo chambers. And you're being a very good, compliant leftist. Oh, that's great. They're so happy with you. And you are so dumb not to realize it. I hate to use the word dumb, but you're either dumb or you're just not opening your eyes. You aren't truly woke. You are so enamored by that compliment of being woke that, well, I guess I'm doing it right. I'm woke. I am woke. I'm going to keep echoing. I'm going to comply with what they tell me to say, and I'm going to be a good progressive. Now, good luck with that. Good luck with that. You're going to get us all killed. You're going to ruin our country for all of us. You'll regret it then. Your eyes will magically open then. You'll say, why didn't I understand what was going on? Why didn't I get it? Because you won't listen. You will not. The very people who say, be open-minded, listen to other sides, don't listen. You don't. Understand that, please. Understand that. We're on to you. We're on to you. Shut your mouth and listen. 9:57. That's going to do it. I've got to make way for, we've got high school hockey coming up. This will be the only day this happens, but we do need to do it. And so I will see you tomorrow. It's the Kennebec Riverhawks and the Coney Rams from the Ice Vault in Augusta. Mike Violette's going to be calling the game. I will see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Have a great day.
WSKW, AM 1160.
What's important here at Moody's is we have a lot of opportunity for upward mobility.
Moody's